playing in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
That's it. We're back. It's the Zone Fitness Podcast. I'm Josh, along with
Lisa.
And we are coming back to you with another episode. Lisa just reminded me that my diet is horrible, and it was that quick because she's here to help me. And I was actually telling her about the home exercises that I do. I was kind of telling her that I kind of go through a chest Monday, a pull-ups Tuesday, a lower body Wednesday, shoulders Thursday, and then arms Friday. And she was giving me these looks like I need all the help I can get, which is true. Well, and then we started covering a lot of the home exercise stuff. So what were you going to say to me?
Well, I mean, yeah, I was kind of making the face because, the muscle-specific workouts, right, would be for muscle growth.
Okay.
And hypertrophy, so getting bigger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is that your goal?
I just want a decent shape.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't want to be the biggest guy in the room. I don't care about that vanity sort of stuff. It's mostly I want to keep the machine working as long as possible because I'm, in the later half of my life here. So I got to keep the body going. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
but again, why would you be lifting to be building bigger muscles? So muscle-specific workouts are typically for that, right? So
I'm doing the wrong kind of exercises at home is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So
really,
what we're going to talk about today is a little bit more of at-home workouts using your total body.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that would really help. So first off, if I'm going to work at home, what sort of level of fitness am I looking at here? I mean, what am I going to get?
Any level.
Any level, really?
Any level, yeah. You can work at home with any level. So anywhere from, somebody who's maybe had 2 knee replacements and still needs to get a total body workout, you can still do it in the comfort of your own home using your own furniture, or even elite athletes, right? So it's all about finding the right exercises, and low impact to high impact, depending on the needs of your body and the stress that it can manage.
What kind of equipment will I need then?
Well, space.
Because I don't have a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
I really don't. I've got a couple of free weights.
Okay.
I've got a pull-up bar that I've made in my basement for myself.
Awesome.
And I don't have much. I've got a few bands, actually. A few
bands
bands
is a great
Like
start.
is it? Okay.
So anybody who's, reaches out to me and is looking for the, equipment for, I can't get to my gym. So what kind of equipment do I need? The first thing I tell them is to get a band set.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, from the high compound to low compound, which is typically black, to the light green or the light yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. So with bands, you can do a total body workout from home. All you really need is some sort of structure or apparatus that you can wrap them around.
Which, I've got plenty of those. I've got the things in the basement.
Things in the basement.
That I can wrap
pillars
them
in your
around.
house.
The pillars, yeah.
Yeah, or go outside and you can wrap them around a tree.
I think there's even a door thing that allows me to put it in the door, close it, and it'll allow me to pull on it because it's a mobile thing. So that works. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least I've got some, like a chair. Does that help?
Chair works too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got those.
So, typically with at-home workouts, you'll find a lot of squats or variations of squats, but not a lot of people can do squats because of knee injuries and hip injuries.
Indeed. My knees are at that point in my life where it gets a little bit harder. There's the clicking and a few things that the doctor said. Someday we may have to fix all these.
Yeah, exactly. So there's modifications that you can make instead of doing the full squats with weights or some sort of resistance that you have at home. So one of the things that I would prescribe for somebody that's working at home would be like a squat to a press or some sort of overhead motion.
Oh, cool.
Whether the joints can allow them to do that.
Okay.
An extreme variation of that would be if you took a backpack at home. Typically, everybody has a backpack or even a suitcase, a small carry-on suitcase, and filling it with things like books or rocks from outside, even
Just
to add
weight.
some sort of resistance.
Okay.
And with a backpack, you can actually put it on, and then you can squat with it, or you can move it to the front of you, and you can squat and then press over your head so that you're doing a compound movement, which is where you're using 2 huge joints to do a motion to burn more calories. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And so it's a little bit more difficult. But again, we're trying to maximize space in the equipment that we have at home.
Yeah.
A modification would be, let's say, somebody who's maybe of an older demographic and has compromised knees. I would have them just maybe sit their edge of their butt onto a higher chair.
Okay.
So it just touches just enough, then come right back up, so that you're minimizing the amount of flexion in their knees.
But you're still getting a lot of the weight resistance, essentially.
And then just having them hold their arms up in an extension position can be enough of a resistance for them to work their shoulders and work on their postural muscles. Yeah, so you don't actually have to have them using resistance over their head.
It's an education every time we talk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What? So if you were to run someone through an exercise, what would you have them start with, and what would you have them do?
Well, with anybody, you want them to go through some sort of a warm-up. Okay. So, and again, it starts from, the most advanced to, which would be like maybe running in place, for 5 to 10 minutes. Some people can do that. That's really hard. High knees in place is tough. It almost feels like punishment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but some people can do that. Or if they have a spin bike at home, they can do that. Or even just, a jogger on the block. Something that takes you 5 to 10 minutes, or a walk around the block. Something
Just
that
to
takes
loosen
you 5
things
to 10
up, get
minutes.
the heart working.
It's all about getting circulation
Okay.
to your muscles before you start working and warming up those joints to prevent injury while you're there at home.
Makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. So warming up that way, stretching if you need it. I don't typically recommend stretching before workouts.
I was told after is better.
After is much better. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
At the conclusion of your workout to help with recovery.
Okay.
Some people like to do myofascial release before their workouts, which is a really fancy word for applying pressure to muscle adhesions. Adhesions are basically sore knots, tight knots in your muscles.
Which I've had plenty of those in my shoulders over time,
and
especially
applying
after
pressure.
workout.
People, have you seen those trigger point guns that we've got on
Yeah.
everywhere? Yeah. So that's a type of myofascial release. Foam rollers is
Got
a
it.
myofascial release. A cue ball from a pool set would work as well. That's really tough though.
Is cardio something I should do every day?
Cardio is something that you can do every day. We recommend that a human, while they're at home, should raise their heart rate up for at least 30 to 45 minutes a day. Whether that's gardening or riding your bike or running, whatever the effort would take for you to have your heart rate elevated over about 120 beats per minute.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm clearly not getting enough of that, is what you're telling me. What else can I be doing at home? Core. Should I work out my core? How
Yes. So your core can be worked out every single day. So our postural muscles are something that we use that never relax throughout the day, or else they shouldn't relax, right? By the way you're sitting. Yeah, exactly. So our postural muscles need to be stressed every day for us to be stronger and to keep our spine healthy, right? So our trunk muscles are there just to support our spine and help us move through life safely. Core exercises can be anywhere from, if it's easy for you to get on the ground, doing leg lifts to work your lower abs, to do crunches to work the upper abs.
Okay.
If you have a problem getting up and down off the floor, you can do something, a variation of a straight arm plank where you're just putting your hands straight onto a countertop and just holding that and then contracting the muscles around your trunk and your spine in a good alignment. And sometimes just holding that for 30 seconds is a good enough core exercise for some people.
I had no idea.
Do that every
That's
day.
why we ask the professionals, because I tell folks that all the time. I want to work out. And it's like, well, do you even know what you're doing? And the answer for most of us is no, we need a professional.
No.
Which is why Zone is here.
Yeah, or I saw it on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
or I picked up a book and it doesn't really carry you through you just read it, or people go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And you don't know who you're actually dealing with a lot of the time on YouTube. You don't know if they're actual certified in any of the things they're talking about.
Exactly.
So it's good to have somebody who's certified in what they teach and is educated and can educate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially what it comes down
all
to,
of our
so.
trainers are certified at Zone.
All right. So after my workout's over, what do I do?
So then we recommend a type of cool down, and that's really just to kind of bring your body back down to homeostasis, right? So cooling down. So cooling down could be, for some people, it could be that jog around the block one more time, or the walk around the block. It could also be just stretching and stretching the muscles that you just worked, and that's really important, to help bring that circulation back, to help speed up recovery and bring all those nutrients back so that you're not so sore the next day that you don't want to do it, and that's really important.
The biggest challenge I think everybody has is, do I have the time to do this?
Yes.
Does everybody have the time to do this?
Everybody has time to do this. Absolutely.
How long should a workout take me if I was to do a workout that is worth it?
Worth it? I mean, anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes.
Every
So, with some people, because of injuries and things that we've sustained through life, it's harder for us to transition between exercises, and sometimes we need more recouping. We may put out the same effort in an hour for what it might take somebody who's really healthy to do in 30 minutes, but the energy output is still there, and that's really what we're looking for, right? So it's some sort of energy output and strength training every day.
What tip would you like to give the folks at home when it comes to exercising at home?
Make time for it.
Make time?
Set an alarm. Set an alarm.
Make it part of your routine.
A lot of us right now are at home and trying to manage the time and the motivation to do it. And I find that setting alarms reminds you to get up and do it.
Okay.
Or
That's
even
good.
if you want to set up a computer and let's say you've got a friend at another house and you guys decide you want to Zoom your own workouts together and have kind of partner training, that helps too, some sort of an accountability partner as well.
That is all good stuff. Again, thank you for joining us today for
absolutely.
another episode of this. This is always good to know, because working out at home these days is paramount, because we're all kind of stuck at home.
Build that immune system.
Absolutely. Get healthy. Remember, exercise is health. Health is exercise.
It is,
That is
yeah.
the way to go. So, guys, I am Josh. This is
Lisa.
saying thanks for sticking around for another episode of the Zone Podcast. We shall see you guys next time.
That was the best one so far.